Hello, everybody. Welcome to Almonds and Coconuts, where today we're not going to be doing our regular scheduled programming because it's our Halloween special. I'm Arjun.
I'm Harshita.
And I'm shiny.
Hey, today let's start off with the origin story of Halloween. Thank you, history.com, for this because let's be honest, I don't remember any of it from elementary school. Okay, the custom dates back to the ancient Celtic holiday of Samhain, when people lit bonfires and dressed up to fend off spirits. Pope Gregory III declared November 1st to be All Saints' Day in the 7th century. Samhain's rituals were soon absorbed into All Saints' Day. All Hallows' Eve and subsequently Halloween were celebrated the night before. Trick-or-treating, carving, jack-o'-lanterns, celebratory parties, costumes, and eating goodies have always been Halloween traditions over the years. This day signaled the end of summer and harvest, as well as the start of the dark, frigid winter, which was traditionally connected with human mortality, which is death. Celts thought that during the night before the New Year's Day, the line between the living and the dead blurred. They celebrate Samhain on October 31st, when it was thought that the spirits of the dead returned to Earth. Apart from wreaking havoc and destroying crops, Celts believed that the presence of other worldly spirits made it easier for droids or Celtic priests to make future forecasts. These forecasts were a source of consolation for people who were completely reliant on the turbulent natural environment throughout the long, dark winter. Droids erected massive holy bonfires to celebrate the festival, where people came to burn crops and animals as offering to the Celtic gods. The Celts dressed up in animal heads and skins and sought to tell one another's fortunes during the festival. They relit their fires, which had been extinguished earlier that evening from the sacred bonfire after the festival was done, to help safeguard them over the approaching winter. Yeah. Woo!
Wow,
Origin
that's actually
story.
interesting how
I
it
know, right?
started
Like it started to be
from
like very religious and it just became an
yeah,
American staple. Like,
yeah,
Now
exactly.
it turned into like a capitalist type of thing where they try to sell as much candy as possible.
right? No,
Yeah,
but here's
my
the thing. I
gosh.
feel like it's not really a thing you see in other countries. It's a very American thing. Like we still celebrate Halloween. Halloween is still celebrated outside of America, but it's like heavily emphasized here. It's a
True,
huge thing to
true.
celebrate Halloween here.
Mhm.
Okay, and now
I
in
was
this.
actually I was
Mhm,
actually watching the CNN 10 thing because we
oh
watch
my
it every
God,
day. Do
I
we
love
watch
them.
everything for history, all right? I don't watch CNN 10 for fun. But anyway, so apparently this year it's gonna have like the most um like a lot of people are going to spend the most money like this year. I think the estimated is $10.4 billion that
Wow. Is it
Americans are going to
because like
spend
we're
this
all
year.
coming back
Oh,
from
damn.
COVID?
Yeah, I
That
think
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
finally
last
we
year,
can get more lavish costumes and stuff.
yeah, because last year no one really celebrated it because of it was the height of the pandemic. So this year they're going to go all out.
As they should. Honestly, I love Halloween. Okay,
Mhm.
I
in the
know, it's
spirit of
super fun.
Halloween has always been. Oh, actually, a little fun fact that I found when I was researching about the origin story. You know how Halloween's colors are always iconic? It's orange and black, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Orange represents harvest and black represents death.
Oh,
The
dang.
Whoa.
orange
Wait,
is like
that actually makes sense. Whoa.
right because the history says like it's supposed to be the end of harvest and like the beginning of like a cold and
Oh,
frigid winter, and winter is always associated with like death and sadness and stuff, so that's really cool. That's why like orange and black are kind of iconic colors and it makes sense, you know
yeah,
like it
that's
just
true.
fits. Okay,
I mean,
now I think sorry, you want to say something?
oh no, I was just gonna say I think you guys have some stories for us.
Yeah, in the spirit of Halloween we love a little bit of horror. If you don't, that's kind of sad for you, but all of us here really love watching horror movies. So in the spirit of Halloween, we have a couple of little stories that are kind of horror like that we would love to share with you guys.
Mhm.
I found mine on some random website. So yo, shout out to my random website.
And I found mine on scoopwhoop.com, Reddit thing, or Reddit coming in clutch. So I haven't read this before, so like it's like our first time reading it together. This is like story time in kindergarten
Oh
when
my
everyone
god,
gets
let's go.
together.
Story time, guys.
Let's
Just
go.
imagine it's dark
Yeah, and
and you're
imagine
like,
I'm an old lady who's friendly and not a teenager, but
okay,
Okay,
go.
I hate it when my brother Charlie has to go away. My parents constantly try to explain to me how sick he is, that I'm lucky for having a brain where all the chemicals flow properly to their destinations like undammed rivers. When I complain about how bored I am without a little brother to play with, they try to make me feel bad by pointing out that his boredom likely far surpasses mine, considering he's confined to a dark room in an institution. I always beg for them to give him one last chance. Of course, they did at first. Charlie has been back home several times, each shorter in duration than the last. Every time without fail, it all starts again. The neighborhood cats with the gouged out eyes showing up in his toy chest. My dad's razors found dropped on the baby slide in the park across the street. Mom's vitamins replaced by bits of dishwasher tablets. My parents are hesitant now, using last chances sparingly. They say his disorder makes him charming, makes it easy for him to fake normalcy and to trick the doctors who care for him into thinking he is ready for rehab, rehab. That I will just that I will just have to put up with my boredom if it means staying safe from him. I hate it when Charlie has to go away. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he is back. Oh, dang.
Whoa. Yeah. And
Damn.
and the sibling actually likes Charlie. Wow.
Oh my god. I was like, I thought when it said has to go away, I thought it was like college or something. Like, oh,
He's
he has to
like,
go away for
no,
college and then he like
to the
comes
mental
home.
hospital.
Look, did you guys get it? The last sentence. It makes me have to pretend to be good until he's back. He's the one that's doing all the bad things that the parents think Charlie was doing.
Oh,
Oh my god. So he thinks
oh.
he has like some
So he's
sibling named Charlie.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
the
the
one with
Charlie.
exactly. He's the Charlie.
Oh
oh.
wow. I like completely
I
went
know.
over my head.
That went
I was
over
like,
my head.
don't
Yeah.
you guys? Yeah, I think the last sentence, these type of stories, it kind of
You kind of have to
you
think,
kind of need
and
to
then
have
you
to think
realize
about it,
it
right?
hits you. It hits you.
It hits
Damn.
you.
Okay,
I
that
feel
was a
bad
good
for
one.
Charlie. I
Wow.
feel
Yeah,
bad
that
for
was
Charlie, bro.
good. Yeah.
Right? I was like, dang, okay, like this brother, and then the last sentence hit me, and I was like, okay, dang.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we have
Okay, you
another
have a
one.
next one or do you want me? Do you want to switch off?
Oh, Arjun can read, I guess.
Okay, Arjun, you read.
Okay. This next one. Everyone loves the first day of school, right?
No.
New year, new new year, new classes,
Somewhat.
new friends. It's a day full of potential and hope before all the dreary depressions of reality show up to ruin all the fun. I like the first day of school for a different reason, though. You see, I have a sort of power. When I look at people, I can sense a sort of aura around them, a colored outline based on how long that person has to live. Most everyone I meet around my age is surrounded by a solid green hue, which means they have plenty of time left. A fair amount of them have a yellowish orange tinge to their auras, which tend to mean a car crash or some other tragedy. Anything that takes people before their time, as they say. The real fun is when the auras venture into the red end of the spectrum, though. Every now and again, I'll see someone who's basically a walking stoplight. Those are the ones who get murdered or kill themselves. It's such a rush to see them and know their time is numbered. With that in mind, I always try to get to class very early so I can scout out my classmates' fates. The first kid who walked in was basically radiating red. I chuckled to myself. Too damn bad, bro. But as people kept walking in, they all had the same intense glow. I finally caught a glimpse of my rose tinted reflection in the window, but I was too stunned to move. Our professor stepped in and locked the door, his aura a sickening shade of green.
Oh my
Oh,
god. That took such a so oh my god.
I was like,
I first thought it was the kid that was going to be green or something,
No,
and then the
right? I thought
teacher.
he was only gonna be the one that's
yeah,
gonna outlive everyone. I was like, oh, that's a very interesting power to have. I did not expect that everyone
bro,
was gonna be red.
when the professor locked the door, I was like, what? And then it was like he had a shade of green, and I was like, oh no.
Right.
Oh my god.
Oh, I have a few more stories if you guys still have time.
Yeah. Do
Yeah,
you want
go
me to
for it.
say
We
some
have,
of mine? Because I have
Yeah.
a couple.
Oh,
Mine's
yeah,
are really
you
yeah,
short.
for sure.
Okay,
Mhm.
so
I mean, we have time.
yeah, okay, here's the thing. I decided that I didn't want to do a full out story, you know, and I really am into like really short stories and I love 2 sentence stories. So I went online and searched for 2 sentence horror stories and I found a really good like couple that I really wanted to talk about. So here is the first one. I was finishing a horror story, so I wrote the end. Then my keyboard typed is coming completely by itself.
Oh,
Oh, so basically, it's like the end is coming.
Yeah. Here, okay. Mommy, my friend is coming over. My daughter happily cheered about her imaginary friend. And then the motion detecting light went on.
oh,
But
Okay.
I was reading this and I was like, oh my God. I think one of my favorites is actually my brother and I sit down with the Ouija board and we both place our hands on the planchette. He says, Cole, are you here with me? And I move the planchette to yes.
oh, okay. Cole,
Oh,
Cole doing some, what's it called?
Cole is the one that's
Cole
dead.
is the ghost.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
Yeah,
the
ghost.
one that's dead.
Oh, damn.
Get it? Because you know when the planchette
Yeah,
moves or whatever,
It's
it
like
yeah.
the
means that the
ghost
ghost
is
is
moving it.
communicating.
Yeah.
The ghost, and then when they say when they said my brother and I sat down, he did sit down with his brother, but he's the one that's the ghost, and he's answering his
Oh my
brother's questions at the Ouija board.
damn.
Okay, but like, why is the brother doing it alone? Okay, someone else go. Go for another story, guys.
Short story or 2 sentence?
Pick. I don't really care. Go for it. Just whatever you want to say.
All right, okay. I have one. It's called Hidden. So, where are you? I scream. Panicked, I run through the abandoned farm. I can't find her. Not in the old house, not in the barn. I run into the empty field, heart racing. As I scan the area, I run into a mound of dirt and trip, falling to the ground. Getting up, it hit me. Abandoned farm. I tripped over freshly tilted earth. Crouching down, I start frantically clawing with my hands. Scooping handfuls of dirt, I hit something hard. Wood. Are you in there? I cry, pressing my ear to the wood. I hear muffled cries. I start digging again, but realize it's taking too long. Looking around, I see a garden shed. I sprint to it, ripping the door open. I see a shovel, still caked in dirt. Probably the same one that bastard buried her with. I grabbed it. Running back, I started digging with purpose. Soon the wooden box is exposed. I toss the shovel and rip open the crate. She stares back at me, eyes wide, bound, gagged, but alive. I sigh with relief. Thank God. I reach into my bag, pulling out my rag and chloroform. I crouch down, placing it over her face. She struggles, faints. I toss her over my shoulder. Ah, hell. My brother says as I walk back to the truck with a smirk. You found her. Yup, you almost had me though. I laugh. All right, my turn. Where did you put her? I gesture to the creek area. Somewhere over there. Drowning's an issue though. Jerk, he says, running off. I smile, watching him go. I love adult hide and seek. Oh my God.
God.
God. Adult hide and seek. Why?
Okay, Sam.
Wow. That
Oh,
was a whole ride.
right.
Dude, that
Honestly.
that went everywhere that I did not expect it to go.
If this is
know.
what they think adult versions of games are, what do you think your take is on like Adult Twister or something? Because normally Adult Twister is like, you guys know what it is, right? Basically, like it's just gone another way. But like this one,
Yeah.
adult
No,
hide and
because at the beginning when she was like, or when the person poured what was it, chloroform? I don't know. And then the
uh-huh,
person fainted. I was like, oh, is this the end? Is the whole plot twist that they were the ones who buried them? But
uh-huh.
then I realized, and then they were like, they brought it back, and I was like, what? Her
Oh my
brother?
God.
What happened?
Right?
And then her brother's like, where'd you hide her now? And they're like, oh, by the creek, drowning. And I'm like, what? There were like 3 plot twists in that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know, right? Okay, I have another one.
Mhm.
This one's actually really good. Okay, I just read it right now. Okay. It's called I Don't Hate My Sister. Because of all the things I do to Renee, most people would say I hate my little sister. I'm here to set the record straight. I didn't let Renee's cat out the back door because I hate her. Muffins is fine. I've been feeding him behind the shed. I don't flush Renee's medication before she takes them because I hate her. I was pretty panicked when I thought the toilet was going to clog though. I didn't erase her biology essay because I hate her. She got to see the cute librarian she's crushing on anyway. I didn't unplug her cell phone before she left the house because I hate her. I unplugged it so mom and dad wouldn't be able to call her. I didn't use the faulty outlet in the living room because I hate Renee. I really don't hate my sister. The fire didn't kill Renee because Renee didn't have to go back for muffins. Renee wasn't sleeping due to her medicine. Renee was at the library doing her report. I didn't let our mom and dad die because I hate my little sister. I did it so that she wouldn't end up buried in the garden like me.
Oh,
What? Wait,
are her parents the reason she's dead or something?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't get it.
I
Explain.
No, so basically there's a fire, right? And that fire kills the girl that's in the story. But she does all these things to her sister so that her sister doesn't end up being dead like she did.
Oh, that's dark.
I know, right?
That's
Oh my
not
God.
that's not scary. It's just kind of dark.
I know. That's what I love about it.
it's like
I
a
know.
scary dark. All right.
Okay.
Okay. I got one.
Okay, this is the
Okay,
last one
go
and then
for
we'll
it.
move on.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, hold up. Let me go to sorry. Okay, it's called this is really, really short.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so it's called So I Lost My Phone. Last night, a friend rushed me out of the house to catch the opening act at a local bar's music night. After a few drinks, I realized my phone wasn't in my pocket. I checked the table we were sitting at, the bar, the bathrooms, and after no luck, I used my friend's phone to call mine. After she rang, someone answered, gave out a low, raspy giggle, and hung up. They didn't answer again. I eventually gave it up as a lost cause and headed home. I found my phone laying on my nightstand, right where I left it. Oh, well, I mean, that wasn't too bad. That's kind of what I expected, to be honest. Like, something like, oh, they left it at their home, and the plot twist is, like, that's what it was. But
Yeah, that's
Yeah, but
understandable.
that's a
Mm.
good one, but
Yeah, okay, wait, before we switch off, can I say like a 1-2 sentence story? It's
For
really
sure.
good. I
yeah.
like this one. Okay, this is the start. Okay, when I smiled, she did not smile back. Something is very wrong with this mirror.
Oh, dang, okay.
That's like
I
one of
didn't
my
expect that.
biggest fears. Like
I know,
if
right?
I like do something in the mirror and I'm so worried that it's gonna do something that I'm not doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I
Dude,
blame horror movies for this, but
I feel like Two Sentence horror stories are really good because they're forced to add suspense and like everything that a normal, like long story should have, but like
in
condense
2
it to
sentences,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
into
Like
and
this
it
one.
makes you think. And also, with normal stories, they usually visualize it because they're like, oh, the dark shed or
Mhm.
the farm. But with this, you completely imagine it. You imagine the mirror. You imagine what the person looks like,
Right?
and
Exactly. Like
usually
this one.
it's the scariest part of
Right,
your
it is. Like this
imagination.
one here, it says, my daughter's smiling face greeted me from my driveway as I returned home from a hard day. Where is the rest of her?
oh
Uh, See,
Like,
I just imagined a daughter normally, and then when you said where's the rest of her body just disappeared, and her head just fell on the ground. I
like
don't
this
know
one, no,
what.
look, there's also this one. This one's really creepy. It's like a fear of mine. There's a girl standing outside my window. The only problem is I live on the 7th floor.
Oh my god! Wait, that's creepy. See,
Right?
we're
Like,
recording we're recording this at night, and it's kind of dark right now, so
right?
I'm just
No, this one is really creepy. Okay, my 4-year-old said he wished that people didn't have to knock. I told him about doorbells, and he asked me to install one on his windows.
oh,
oh oh okay.
I'm like,
Wow.
oh my god. Okay, this one I
But
read and I
okay,
was so gory.
the
Like,
window and door ones are really weird,
yeah,
or the really
dude,
bad.
this one I
Okay.
was so gory. Okay, I was on my way to school one morning when something in the woods caught my eye. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't get it back. Something literally
Oh,
caught their eye.
oh.
I feel like that's a dad pun. I don't a
No,
dad
but
joke.
like it's still creepy if you think
True,
about it.
true.
Like I think the creepiest ones for me are probably the mirror one and the girl is standing outside my window because
Bro, the window ones are creepy.
yeah. Like I love how people turn windows into something creepy. Like windows is supposed to be
Yeah.
something that bring in light, let you look
Also,
out outside.
my room is on the second floor, and I have multiple windows. So
Same,
it's kind
I'm
of
on the
creepy to
second
imagine.
floor too.
Yeah, so it's weird to imagine that happening to me, and I'm like, no.
I have balcony doors too, but my curtains are closed.
Yeah, same. My curtains are closed now too.
Okay, let's switch on and move on. I think we have enough of like fun little stories that we all have. I think, maybe we should talk about like our own fun little experiences with like Halloween. I think that would be fun. Do we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but does anyone have a story that comes to mind like immediately?
Like memory wise?
Yeah, like you could talk about even costumes. Oh my God, wait. I'm gonna ask, okay, obviously we couldn't do Halloween 2020. So what was everyone's costume in 2019?
I think I procrastinated as usual. So, I got like my mom's red lipstick and I kind of just colored it over a white shirt. So I was basically like, I think I was, oh yeah, no, I remember. Okay, so my friend, she dressed up as a vampire and I was her victim. So the blood, it was supposed to be blood on my shirt because she killed me.
That's smart, but I can just imagine you like taking some lipstick
And you're like rushing it
and
last
rubbing.
minute
Yeah.
on like the
And
day
your mom,
before, the day of Halloween.
imagine her mom just walks in and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Right? For me, 2019, I bought a Winnie the Pooh onesie, so I was Winnie the Pooh, and my friend was
I
Eeyore.
remember that. Oh, I remember what. I remember you in that.
Yeah, what was yours in 2019?
I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure it was just a cape. I didn't put that much effort into it in 2019.
Yeah, I mean that was when it was only me and Shiny in another city.
Yeah.
Because we moved in like 2018.
Yeah,
What are you
okay,
guys
so
what are you guys planning on doing this year for Halloween? I mean,
Honestly, I think I just might wear my costume from 2019, like Loki. I didn't really plan anything because school has been occupying so much of my time that I kind of forgot that it was like Halloween this month, and I
I
was like,
know,
"Yo,
right?
it's already
Same.
October." What about you,
And
Shiny?
we're
What are you for Halloween?
for how I don't know, man. I don't think I'm really gonna do it. If we do, it's probably just gonna be me and my friends just walking around and seeing all the little kids.
That sounds so creepy.
I mean, not like not in a predator way. I meant like you know, like dress up and like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
imagine
Don't
just
worry, don't worry.
two
I
high
love how you.
schoolers just walking down the street watching you as you walk by.
No, don't worry. It was
That
just
would
like
be
kind
a
of like
good short
it was just
horror
the perfect timing to like. Oh my God, it's like
It's like a
great like two
two-sentence
sentence horror
story.
story. Like
story.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
me and my friend who like you could say like me and my like me and my group of high school friends were walking together on the street watching the little kids, and we were all pondering about our next victims. Look at that.
If anyone used me in a horror story, it wouldn't be very intimidating. Like I was in my little Winnie the Pooh costume and I turned around and I see a 5'1" girl was actually looking back at me like, what? It's so really scary.
Okay, Arjun, you're not doing anything for Halloween this year? Like Halloween costume wise?
Okay. I was thinking of doing a Loki variant, which for all my Marvel fans out there.
Yeah, stream Loki on Disney Plus.
Yes, and WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and What If and
Basically everything Marvel.
Hawkeye coming out in October, I think. And or no, November. And then yeah, so I don't know. I don't have any part of my costume yet. So if I get it within Halloween, which we're filming or we're recording this about a week before Halloween. So if I get any part of my costume, it's literally just green, right? So
Yeah, you don't really need to put
Like,
too much. You could literally be any of the variants because literally anything could be a Loki variant
like,
when you watch the show.
Like any
The word, okay,
anything
I'm gonna tell
green.
you right now, no one's gonna understand what Loki variant means, but trust me, when you watch the show, you'll understand what we're talking about when we talk about Loki
Yeah.
variants. Like, let
Like,
me
you
tell
can
you,
be
there are some really
anything
bizarre
green
ones.
with horns. Yeah, exactly. You can be green with horns and you're immediately a Loki variant.
Exactly. You just have to like the gold horn thing. Anyways, see, Halloween this year, I feel like was so how do I say it? Was not promoted too much. You know what I mean? Because I
Yeah,
think
true.
like 2020, because we couldn't do anything, that kind of is like playing into this year also. And like obviously people are a lot more excited about Halloween. Like even in school, we're doing a couple of things for Halloween. But like it's not as like vocal and like promoted as I thought it would be, like in public in the public in general, not just within
Yeah,
school.
true.
Like
Like I thought starting like on October 1st, we would start getting more and more and like, ads and new Halloween movies and, new stuff and, things
yeah, it
popping up
doesn't it
everywhere,
feels
but
so
it doesn't.
like You know what I mean? Like
It feels kind of like Halloween is next month and people are starting to prepare,
right? Exactly. Yeah, that's what
when
it
it's
feels like.
literally around the corner.
Yeah. What are you shining?
Honestly, I was thinking about like in the olden times. I lived in an apartment before I moved here, and since like the good thing about apartments is like the close knit type of community everyone shares. So for Halloween, and since like our community was full of like people near my age, we would have like Halloween parties, and my manager, she had like this huge cauldron of candy, and I don't know, I was just remembering that because Halloween when we were little, it was
Bro,
more
I
like,
remember that. Oh my
Yes, me
god, I
too.
missed
Cause I
those.
think we I think we all lived in apartments at one point, and so I
yeah,
like near the leasing office area, every Halloween like the community would gather, and then kind of the owners would have this huge thing of candy, and then you could go up to them and they would just give you candy and stuff, and you could meet
yeah,
other people and see their
Right.
costumes
Now
and
it's
all.
like when people here, you know how in movies they have like Halloween parties for high schoolers, like when high schoolers
mhm.
go.
Yeah,
For some reason, that's not really a thing here. Like,
The
yeah.
place that we live, there's no such thing as really like
Are we
high
are we
school
on the
parties.
wrong side of America? I don't know.
like,
Yeah, but
like we have parties, but it's always birthday parties, and then it's like
Yeah, there's
nothing
never
beyond
there's
that.
never there's never costume parties. I think we did a Christmas gift exchange once. We might do that this year. I don't know. Like there's really no parties for stuff.
Right,
Just
mhm.
like
birthday
within
parties.
our like friend groups, you'll have little mini parties, I guess, but like never like just a random event at someone's house, and you're like, "Yo, let's go to a party." Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have that. I'm like, maybe we're just literally on the wrong side of like the U.S. or something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I just like sit down like when I watch those Halloween movies or whatever, and they always show like high schoolers or whatever. That's always a scene you'll see, a party scene,
Yeah.
and I'm like, where is that here? Like,
Yeah,
I'm already in
Like I
high
feel like
school. What am I
yeah,
missing?
high school parties in general, there's none of them. And there's never that one rich kid whose parents are out on vacation, so they throw a party, you know what I
Right?
mean?
Yeah. We never see that kid. It's so weird. I'm like, okay, so I'm not really living my high school dreams. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like so weird to think about when you like really just like
Yeah.
compare it. Like, like sometimes I'm like just laughing. Like, I really thought this was gonna be a thing.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so we're
Honest, yeah,
doing the Halloween special. It's kind of fun to talk about Halloween.
yeah. I
Um,
love Halloween. Halloween's one of my favorite like holidays. I just love the whole idea of dressing up and like the candy. Like, hello, that's like one day I get so much candy and no one can literally stop me.
yeah,
Like,
I know. Right?
I loved getting candy. It was so much fun, and it would always last till it would last for a good amount of time too. And I would always bring
Yeah.
it to school and like Loki flex, like, yo, I got
Yeah.
candy. Like,
Oh yeah, and we have to go. Okay, so for kind of privacy reasons, I'm not going to share the location, but there's this amusement park that we wanted to go to, and it has obviously a lot of amusement parks have Halloween kind of themed
specials.
specials. Yeah, and we wanted to go this year. I think it's open till next week, and so we should definitely try to go
Yeah, I
next week.
really
That'll
want
be
to go
really
there.
fun.
That would be so much fun.
And apparently they have multiple haunted houses and stuff. Oh, I'm so excited.
Right? And like I couldn't go in previous years due to because my parents saying that I was too young. But now I'm not too
True.
young. Like
Yeah,
we
exactly.
can literally go. We can
Yeah.
make it happen.
Especially like without parents as well, because like I think the last time, like usually we're always in line with the parents. I think last time we went, which was when in the summer 2021, we all
That was
went,
such a
and
fun summer.
that was a fun summer. And then we all just went, and the parents, we didn't even know where they were, so it kind of shows that they kind of trust us to go around this theme park.
Yeah,
And
because
so I
at
think
the
I'm
end of the
really
day, like
excited.
we would just call them and they would say
Yeah,
like,
we all have phones now, so we would just call them and be like, oh, we're at this ride, and then they're like, okay, meet us in 10 minutes or something.
yeah, exactly. And like it was just it was like super cool because like we were like, oh yeah, by the way, a couple of us are just gonna go to this ride. And they're like, okay.
Yeah,
and we just left.
I
And then
remember
they
the
never
last
really
time.
called us until they were like, "Yo,
True.
let's all collectively meet somewhere," and stuff like that.
I remember the last time we went, we kind of split into two groups because we have a pretty big group. But then, like, some of us wanted to go on this water ride, which was me, Harshita, I think Shiny, and was it and Harshita's sister and Vita. And so we
And
and
Sunny.
Sunny, I think, yeah, Sunny too. So we all just basically like half our friend group wanted to go on this ride, but the line was taking a long time, and so we were just like, okay, we're gonna stand here. The other half came and joined us for a little bit, but they were like, no, we quit, we're just gonna leave. And we're like, okay, well, no what no
No ride for you.
Yeah.
yeah, um no reap, no reward. I don't know. You didn't wait, so you're not gonna get the ride. And then we eventually got the ride. It was really short, but we got it.
It was
And then
it was so worth it though. It was
it was
so worth
worth
it.
it. It was
No,
worth
what's the
it.
funny
It's
thing is
so fun.
after they left, the line started moving so fast because so many people were leaving, and we're like,
Yeah.
look at us, we are committed to this ride. And here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
I don't regret waiting in the line for that long because it was actually really fun to just talk, you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like it was fun, and it was like the other half wanted to do roller coasters, and like the half that wanted to do the water ride does not like roller coasters.
Yeah, that's true. Like all of us, it was kind of perfect because all of us don't like roller coasters. We hate them. We will never go on one. You cannot drag us on one. And so, considering they wanted to go on one, we were just like, nope, we're fine staying here. It was worth it. I think we genuinely on that day, the lines were so long, we only got through one or two rides, and then
Mm-hmm.
at the end, like at the end of the day, when there was like an hour before closing or something, we all just kind of met, and we were debating whether we're gonna go out to eat dinner or go to someone's house after. We didn't end up doing it, but we just kind of met at the end and then left. That was a fun trip.
Yeah, that was like totally off topic of Halloween, but I really hope that we can go to this amusement park because I've heard so much about it, and I've heard only good things
Yeah.
about it.
And
Yeah, the
like
Halloween fest is like such a big part about Halloween too, because like there's the haunted houses and stuff, right? Like it's just
Mhm.
so fun to be
Yeah,
there.
there's a thing here that they're doing. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to dox myself, but a lot of people in my French class specifically, they're like bought tickets for this already, and it's like this whole haunted house thing. And I low-key want to go, but it's like kind of expensive, and I'm like, is it really worth it? But like I know a good amount of people that are going, and it looks so much fun. And I think it's next week, obviously, due to Halloween. And like I'm
Yeah.
honestly like really excited. Like I love horror. Like obviously I don't want it to happen to me in real life, but I love watching horror. Like horror is one of my favorite genres of movies, and some people think I'm absolutely insane. I'm like, y'all, we can't be friends if you can't watch a horror movie with me. So, like, I'm joking, obviously, but yeah, and like Halloween is such vibes. You know what I mean? Like I just love Halloween. It's so much fun.
yeah, true.
And like I don't know, like horror movies and like sitting with your friends, and y'all like collectively scream at the same time.
Oh, you know what the best part about Halloween is?
What?
When you trick or treat and everyone has their bag of candy, and at the end, when you and your friends sit around like a meeting, and then you guys are like, okay, guys, let's do the
Yeah,
trading,
yeah,
and
the
you
candy flip.
trade the best ones, dude.
Right? Like, no, you would
Oh
take
my
all the
god.
candy you like and then all the candy you don't like,
Yeah,
and you're like, here, you guys can pick one from any of these. And then you would
And then
look
a
at the
lot of
other
times,
people's pile, like,
yeah. And then a lot of times the other people end up liking the stuff you don't like, and it just perfectly fits because you're like, okay, I'll take the stuff you don't like, and you'll take the stuff I don't like.
dude. What's funny is that not even like the reward you get at the end, like getting all your favorite candy, but it just seems so serious when we were kids because we
Exactly.
were all
Yeah.
we
in.
were like, we were determined. It was like a
Yeah,
whole
we were
debate. This was court.
Yeah, we had
We were in
we had
court.
like I know we had like all our piles sorted, and we made sure there was no cross contamination, and we were like, okay, first order of business, this pile of candy versus this one, so we have to pick it out, and we have to make sure it's even because there has to be an equal amount of candy from both sides, equal representation. And then it was like it was a whole case.
Yeah, the fact that our negotiations are better than like some politicians, like, come
Yeah.
on, we
Like,
were.
I would
we
be
were
like, yo, listen, I'm giving you this, and look how big this is. You can give me something from your like pile, okay?
Yeah,
Like,
market.
Yeah,
Like,
or like I'll give you
marketing, bro.
yeah.
I'll give you two of these for the price of one thing that I like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. And then for all the other candy that we didn't like, none of us like, we donated it to charity. That's something that no, literally, that was something
Our younger siblings. That was our
And like
charity.
the candy that we didn't like, we just put it in our own kind of candy bowl and then gave it out
Oh
to
really?
other
No,
people.
me and my sister, we genuinely donated it to charity.
Oh yeah, we
really?
donate it to charity too. Like there's a pile that in our school they have, and then we give it to them.
Yeah, and it was like a
Oh,
good amount of
that's
candy because it always like was like the candies that my sister was allergic to, and the ones she's allergic to, I'm not really a fan of anyways, so, because I don't really eat
Yeah.
them. So it was like a win-win. But the
makes
issue is it gets intense when all the people
true,
like the
true.
same candy,
Exactly.
and you're like,
And you're fighting for it. Yeah.
Ugh. Those are some fun times. I want to do that again, like older. I'm like, you know what? Who says a teenager cannot go trick or treating? I will go trick or treating, and no one can stop me.
The good
I
thing
know,
is that
right?
we look 12, especially with masks. So like we
Like no
get
one can tell with our masks on. You know what I mean?
And most people don't really care anyways. They're just like, oh, costume, okay, you get some candy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I went in like ninth grade, and like no one said anything. So to be fair, I was dressed in a onesie, so I think that made me look even younger, and I had 2 braids.
Oh, wow.
So maybe that was not the right decision. But like, hey, I got free candy, bro, and I got to eat it in class.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, literally. Some of my classes let us eat, and it was so much fun. And like, what I love about this year is we literally get 2 days off after Halloween.
Yeah, we do.
We have a four.
For
No,
our,
we have two.
No,
for
Dude, we have a 4-day weekend, 2 weeks in a row.
what?
yeah.
Okay, this is so not
Because
fair.
our
Okay,
school
I'm
our school
gonna
is
buy it.
November 1st and 2nd, which is cool because then we have that Saturday before Halloween,
And we have
Halloween day
Halloween,
itself.
and then we have the day after Halloween, and the day after
Yeah,
Halloween.
yeah, and then I'm pretty sure we have another 4
Yeah,
day
we have it a
holiday.
week later. Again, another one.
Yeah, our school is cool sometimes. Sometimes. Notice how I said sometimes. It's cool.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're gonna go on a tangent here. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
I think that's all we
a
have to
lot.
say.
Yeah, that we talked about a lot of stuff. Like talked about costumes. We shared a bunch of stories. We talked about our experiences and this year what we're looking forward to. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're watching till
Or
the end,
listening.
yeah, or listening till the end um on YouTube, just comment down below, what you're gonna do for Halloween, if you have any plans, or if you're going out with someone or watching a specific movie or something. And I think that's all. Thank you for listening to the Halloween um, special podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.